the main inspiration for this project? We can say usually architects start the project from the ground, the place where you are. So obviously this particular location was really amazing, facing the golf course or facing the sea. So it was very easy to go there and feel inspired. The feeling of nature is very important, feeling of the ocean with the sound. That's why we ended up having 3 meters balconies, so that when someone is living there and comes out to the balcony, can feel the same things we were feeling when we arrived in the plot the first time. So let's say, okay, Torrens Studio is an architectural studio here in Nairobi. We come, basically, it comes from me. I arrived in Kenya 15 years ago, which is a long time. I arrived in Kenya and I fell in love with Kenya. I decided this was the place to be. I felt I fit here. And I started to work on my passion, which is architecture. It has always been going quite well. Our designs are quite unique. They are influenced by the Mediterranean background that I have. Like, we like to include nature in the projects. We use courtyards a lot also. So all these elements are part of Torrens Studio in all the projects we make. And we focus our designs on high-end to luxurious spaces, which is where we feel more comfortable designing. We have also the type of plot which is on a slope. So there's a very big difference between the access level and the lower level of the plot, which allowed us to incorporate common areas in the project, which can also have direct views to the sea. So for example, when you're in the pool, and the pool is overlooking the golf course. So when you're sitting in the pool, you can see the golf course, and you can see the sea behind it. This was achieved by using the slope on the plot. So I go back to the same concept of using the place. El lugar, which is how we say in Spanish, is the place where you build the project. Obvious beauty of the plot is the views that it has. So we try to give as much views to the sea from different units. Of course, we cannot build one block in the front and block the view of anything behind. That's why we decided to do the block in the front smaller, the block in the back also same size, but not taking the full width of the plot, so that you can have views from the one behind, also to the sea. Obviously, in Mombasa, we have a lot of sun. Also, we have a lot of light. Light is good. We want to have light inside the apartments, but at the same time, we have to be careful because it's very hot. So we need to protect ourselves from too much light, right? The use of the 3 meters balconies is not just to enjoy the sea. It's also a way to protect the interior from the direct sun, so that we don't get too hot inside the houses. I think I was thinking about this, but my favorite moment is when I sit on the table after I meet the client, after I go to the plot, I sit on my studio, and then the ideas start flowing on the paper. That's when you incorporate all the feelings you have got through all those meetings you had with the developer, the program that is supposed to be involved. Things just start being organized. Let's say I take my pencil and I start drawing sketches, right? Somehow all these ideas are incorporated from the project, and that's the best moment, when you feel that it's coming alive. In Lagoon 44, it's not just the apartments that we have there. There are a lot of common areas. Part, again, of my cultural background in Spain is we socialize a lot. We like to be outside. And I think that's very common also in the Swahili culture, where people socialize. They like to be outside sitting and enjoying this weather that we love to have in Kenya. So we have ground floor levels facing the golf, where is the pool, the lounge, the reception, the gym. There's even a kids play area with a kids pool. We also have in the rooftop also another lounge area where people can come, look at the sunset. And it's important to know who are your neighbors, socialize with them. So it's something we like to enhance in this kind of projects or apartments, yes. There is another type of unit which I specifically love, which is the penthouses. These are in the last level of the apartments, and they have duplex penthouses with double voids in the living room. You can imagine an interior of 2 levels with glass in front of it facing the sea and a lot of light coming in, protected at the same time with these 3 meters cantilevers. which is an exciting element of the project. I feel those penthouses are especially amazing because the feeling you get in a double void, just facing the sea with the golf course at your feet on a 15th floor is crazy. Yeah.